Hi, Cornerstone. It's Scott. Today's Cornerstone connection comes from the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1. Habakkuk was God's prophet to the people of Judah before Judah was invaded by the Babylonians. Habakkuk looked all around him at the state of God's people, and he didn't like what he saw. God's people were not being just. They weren't upholding God's law. The leaders were corrupt, and the state of God's people was really dark. I think we all walk through times like that. Like life is just not going well. Our circumstances are beyond our control, and we cry out to God, God, I need you to intervene. I need you to do something. Maybe we even find ourselves complaining to God. And that's what Habakkuk is doing. He's going before God and complaining. Look at verse 2. He says, O Lord, how long shall I cry for help and you will not hear? Or cry to you violence, and you will not save? Why do you make me see iniquity, and why do you look idly at wrong? Destruction and violence are before me. Strife and contention arise. So the law, it's paralyzed. And justice never goes forth. For the wicked surround the righteous, and so justice goes forth perverted. Habakkuk is crying out for justice. He's seeing oppression all around him. He's seeing sin and violence and destruction and contention. He says, God, I've been praying. I've been praying for you to do something. I've been praying for you to save. How long do I need to keep praying? How long are you going to remain silent, God? Well, in verse 5, God speaks. He delivers his message to Habakkuk, but it's not exactly what Habakkuk thought would be God's response. God says to Habakkuk, look among the nations and see, wonder and be astounded. For I am doing a work in your days that you would not believe if I told. For behold, I am raising up the Chaldeans. Habakkuk is being told, look, I'm raising up the Babylonians. The Lord says, I'm not going to answer your prayer the way you want me to answer it right now. I'm going to raise up this big bad nation to bring judgment. Up until that time, the Assyrians were the biggest and baddest enemy. They had invaded the northern kingdom of Israel. They destroyed it. They carried people off. They killed people. But God's saying, they're just small fish. There's a bigger fish coming. And it's the Babylonians. And you're going to be shocked at how bad they are. You see, they were coming and they were going to bring judgment. And Habakkuk would be surprised by this. You see, what we need to see here is that God is the God who rules and reigns over history. He's the God who will answer prayers according to his ways, not our ways. But he's the God whom we can trust. He is good in all that he does. He was going to restore his people eventually. In the midst of a dark chapter in chapter 1, you're going to see light and hope in chapter 2 and chapter 3. And so, church, whatever it is you're walking through right now, maybe you see darkness all around you. Maybe you see injustice. Maybe you see even God's people doing wrong things. Know that there's hope. Fix your eyes on Jesus. Keep lifting up your prayers to God and know that he hears and he answers and he is purposeful and he is good in all that he does.